the #1 player comeback of all time, Adrian Peterson in 2012.
In terms of maybe the most exciting and unique athletic comeback of all time, I would say I would go with Adrian Peterson.
He's a violent runner.
Bounces off a Cardinal to the left, drags another across the 30.
He puts such tremendous strain and force on his legs.
That guy runs pretty hard. It only takes 5, 6, 7 guys to get him down.
Here goes Adrian Peterson. Peterson is slow to get up.
Yeah, that doesn't look good with his left leg.
Boy, that is a painful Peterson.
You just see what a devastating injury it is.
You can see the parts of the human body not made for this.
About as bad as it could be for Adrian Peterson's injured knee. An MRI confirmed he tore both his ACL and his MCL.
Nobody thought he was coming back. I mean, everybody thought that he was done, like way done. We're not even talking about a chance, maybe even not a chance to play again.
Even if a guy comes back, he's certainly not going to come back as the same player.
Just 8 months after his ACL and MCL tear, Peterson was back on the field.
Handoff, Adrian up the middle, gets loose around the right side to the 40. Stutter steps in the 35 and is dragged down in the 25-yard line. Goes to Adrian, goes up the middle, leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings! I'd say that ACL's okay.
It looks like he had never missed a game. Like it was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
No question that Adrian Peterson's back.
The best back in the game.
I've been watching this game since the early 80s. I haven't seen a player from any sport come back from such a devastating injury and really return better than he was prior to the injury. And that's what Adrian Peterson was.
It was like he was not just single-handedly moving his own career forward, he was dragging an entire franchise that didn't have a quarterback, that really didn't have a direction at that point. He was dragging them along with him.
Handoff, Adrian up the middle, walks it out to the right. He's to the 25-30, and that gives him 2009.
How you doing, man? As good as you're doing. Fun to watch, bro.
He will finish 9 yards short of the all-time single-season record.
Have your ACL destroyed and to come back and rush for nearly 2,100 yards in the next season, very impressive.
I think Adrian Peterson might be a cyborg. I'm not entirely sure.
He clearly is not made of the same kind of human tissue that I am.
It's kind of like modern science intersecting with the perfect athlete all at the same time. Of people knowing how to deal with ACL and MCL injuries, and Adrian Peterson being Adrian Peterson.
Yes, there's certain DNA that kicks in that some people may heal faster, but that's off the charts, what he did. And to come back and have the next year? Are you kidding me?
Everybody we talked about had good years coming back, and they deserved the NFL Comeback Player of the Year. But that wasn't a good year. That was a phenomenal year. That was a I've run out of superlatives year for Adrian Peterson.
It was a pretty miraculous return from injury, don't get me wrong, and he had a huge season. But since then, we've seen Chris Harris come back from an ACL injury. We've seen Todd Gurley win an NFL Rookie of the Year. It is now kind of becoming more or less commonplace. So when we look at this 5 years from now, I don't think Adrian Peterson is going to be held in the same regard as maybe a Peyton Manning or some of the other people on this list for what he came back from.
Peterson deserves to be #1.
Without a doubt.
He's absolutely #1 on this list.
I don't even think there's a close second.